cold, it was like 45. They're like, police! But LA, you're like, it's 72 and I'm freezing. I need to get my jacket, hold on. So you go from like 70 to 75. So it was cold, I mean, and I had my, fancy coat on that Armani loaned me. They snatched that guy back pretty soon. Ripped it off me at the end of the parade. And I'm waving and smiling, and I had to, at the end of the parade, it's like you get in front of Macy's, about an hour and a half of standing and waving, and there's millions of people all around you. And you get to the end in front of Macy's, and you face the cameras, and then you sing. Now, I'm doing that because these are called air quotes, and what's in between them is false. It was more like lip syncing. I don't want to burst anyone's Thanksgiving Day parade bubble, but nobody sings live. Yeah, and it wasn't like my choice. They didn't give me, would you like to? It was, this is what's happening, and I said, okay, fine. So I practiced, and I looked in front of the mirror, and I practiced all my breaths, my own voice, which was really egotistical. If anybody saw me through the glass of my apartment. I live in a glass apartment. People stare at me all the time. Imagine somebody seeing you practicing your own song in front of a mirror. That's what I did, because I wanted to get the breath down. I really wanted to fool America! So, the spirit of Thanksgiving, fooling people out of its rightfully theirs!
That's awesome.
I'll teach that to the kids. So I get to the end and I have to lip sync, and here it comes. My own song, my music comes on, I'm like, oh gosh, and I have my words written on my hands under my mittens, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And I'm on this float with all these kids dressed up as firemen and nurses and cops and stuff. And me, it makes a lot of sense, I know. And there's a kid on a fire engine truck, and he's on a ladder, and he's all belted in and strapped in, and he has this little button, and he presses the button, and the whole ladder rises up, and then he presses it, and it goes down again. So he was very excited about that, as was I in the beginning. But after an hour and a half, we're like, yeah, I get it, kid, I get it. You're very talented. So we get to the end of the parade, and I'm looking at this kid, I'm like, okay, here we are, I gotta fake it, and I start singing my song, and all the kids are around me dancing. They're like, yeah, I'm fooling you all, lies! And I get to the end, I'm almost at the end, and I'm thinking, you know what? I got this. I didn't mess up anything, I've got all the breaths perfect, I can rest easy and have a lovely Thanksgiving dinner with my family. But, yes, wait. I find in life, as soon as you believe a little bit too much in yourself, or like yourself a little too much, that something comes and knocks you down a few rungs of self-likingness. I remembered after this that the day before, at the dress rehearsal, the stage crew man came up to me after I did my run-through, and he said, just so you know, the float is gonna take a really, jolt really hard when it first starts rolling away, and you're gonna wanna brace yourself so you don't fall. I heard the information. I might have heard it, I just didn't remember it until after I already fell.
Oh no.
Alright! So I fell over in front of millions of people. That wasn't like a whoa, it wasn't like that kind of a fall. It was more like a gigantic step over to the left, and I was kind of in a tree house. I was surrounded by this little wooden fence kind of thing.
Oh no.
And I took this huge, as big as my Armani coat would allow, huge step over, fell against the railing, and then this little kid is like an inch from my face, and I stare at him, and I'm like, what do I do? How do I make this into something? This has to be a moment that I planned, or else America will know that I fell. So I'm falling over, and I see the kid, and I just flail out my mittened hand. I'm like, look at him! See, this is why I took this huge weird step over to the side, so you can see the kid fireman, America! And then that was it, and then the camera cut, and they were like, you're done. Give me your mic. Give me your coat. Get this car. Take me home. I slink into my parents' house, and my mom's like, you're back already? Did you fall? I was very Charlie Brownie that night. I sat in her bed and ate crudité and cheese and watched the rest of the parade, and it was a mournful Thanksgiving for me. But But I rise above that, and we play the song even though the harsh reality of the truth of me is revealed on YouTube, by the way. If you want to go watch it, just type in Ingrid Michaelson Thanksgiving Day Parade.